Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Razovy, and today I want to welcome you to my Otaku Backlog, a podcast centered around everything anime and manga related that I have either watched or read, or want to watch and read. And yeah, just welcome. Today I want to talk about spring 2023 and all of the anime that I'm going to try to watch around that time. Now, all of these anime are not in a particular order. Sure, I'm more curious about some of them than others, sure, but they're not in a particular order. And I actually want to start with Hell's Paradise. Now, Hell's Paradise, I'll just sum it up really quickly. It's basically about this guy, Gabimaru, and he is actually set to be executed. He's a death row convict in this case. However, the government in this case, this is around the end of the Edo period in Japan, the government actually believes that there is something called an elixir of life somewhere on this strange island that they've never been on before. And if he gets it and brings it back and gives it to the emperor, then not only is he acquitted and he won't be executed, he can also go back to his beloved wife in this case, which he misses a lot. Now, he can't just go alone. He actually has this executioner with him, the person that is set to actually, finish the job in this case. And if he, for some reason, strays away from this, he will be, in fact, executed. No matter where it is, whether it's on the island or whatnot, if he doesn't do what he's supposed to do, he will be executed, which is, kind of rough. Now, will he make it back alive? What will happen? Because he's going to meet a lot of weird stuff on this island. He will basically meet these horrible monsters. He will meet other convicts, right? Other people that are also sentenced to death and want to get the elixir. It is hard to explain without spoiling anything how crazy this story is going to be. Now, the reason that I say without spoiling anything is because I actually read the manga to its completion. The manga is done and is finished, I should say. And it is one of the best manga I have ever read. Sometimes it did get a little dry or it took a little too long. Like, I feel like they shouldn't have dragged out certain parts of the story as much as they did. But I get it, It's the manga published well, it sold well, so I get that you want to kind of drag out certain things. I get that. But overall, the story was absolutely amazing. And Hell's Paradise, I'm curious to see if they're going to basically animate all of it, if they're going to take the full manga and make it into a full anime. I sincerely doubt it. I think it will be like a second season, maybe even a third season, if it sells well, of course, the anime, but I think it will. But yeah, the premise is absolutely amazing. It really is. And frankly, even if the anime would bomb, just read the manga. It is absolutely crazy good. For real, I'll try to in some way or form link the manga in the description or whatnot so that you can take a look at it, because it's well worth it. Also, the main characters, and there's actually a lot of them, we'll get a lot of characters who eventually all become the main character. It sounds kind of weird, but their stories are so fleshed out, so incredibly fleshed out, all of them, that even though officially speaking, the executioner of Gabimaru, of the main protagonist, and Gabimaru himself are like the official protagonists, we get so many other characters that all play such a big and vital role in the story that basically we would have 7, 8, 9 main characters that are all absolutely amazing. They really, really are. Now, besides this, we have a fairly new story, I guess, which is Oshi no Ko. Again, there's a manga as well, and I believe there's a little bit of controversy around the manga. I really don't know why. I just haven't researched it, and frankly, I don't really care either, because if the story is good, that's what I care about the most. But a new anime is going to release for a rather new manga, Oshi no Ko, and basically it's about this person, a guy, who is trying to help his new mother rise to the top of the charts regarding idols, because the mother is eventually murdered or something. It's a very odd premise, but as far as I know, I haven't read the manga, so I wouldn't be able to judge it on that. But it's such an odd premise and such a weird and mysterious story, or at least synopsis, I should say, that it actually did attract me to it. Like, it's something that I think might be worth watching. Now, again, I don't know if the manga is any good. It is highly rated. It's a highly rated manga. It's one of the most popular manga of all time at this point in time on any list. That will change eventually, of course, but apparently it's really good. So if the manga is good, we might conclude that most likely the anime will be something worth watching. Now, whether I'm going to enjoy it or not, that is, of course, completely dependent on the story. With Hell's Paradise, I know that I'm gonna like it. You know what I mean? I read the manga. I know it's absolutely crazy good. I have no idea if Oshinoko will be good. The story interests me. The manga seems to be incredibly popular, and there's a lot of hype regarding the anime. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna give it a try. But whether it's actually going to be good, that is to be seen, of course. And then we have one that I don't think is on the radar for a lot of people, and that's a shame, because I do believe that this is going to be a good one. Again, this is based on just a gut feeling. I have not read the source material in any way, shape, or form, but it's called Kimi wa Hokago Insomnia. It's basically about this guy who suffers from insomnia, right? He has trouble sleeping. He then meets this girl who basically has the same condition, trouble sleeping, and at night, they form this special relationship in which they look up at the stars via this abandoned observatory, which allows them to, look at the stars. Now, this is all I know. I have not watched any trailers. I have not read the manga, and this is on purpose. I like to be surprised by shows like this, because the story seems rather basic, and it tends to be stories like this that are just so freaking good. I'm not saying that these are the types of anime that are the most popular, because they're not. Like, I'm fully aware that that's not the case. Stories like this, most of the times that is, never really pop off. Some do, but most of them don't, because they're so basic. But it's stories like this that are absolutely beautiful. Also, the art style. Make sure to check this one out. I'll try to link to the AniList or something of this manga. But for real, the art style seems really gorgeous. Also different from what we are used to, which is not always a good thing. But in this case, I do believe that it's actually, it's attractive. It's an attractive art style. So yeah, I'm definitely going to take a look at this one. Frankly, even though Hell's Paradise is the one that I'm looking forward to the most from this whole list, this is going to be one that I'm going to try to watch immediately. Like, every week, I'm going to set a schedule to watch every episode the moment that it comes out, because this seems like something I'm very interested in. And then we have MASHLE. I hope that I pronounced that correctly. MASHLE. It's basically about a guy, a boy, a teenager, or whatnot, and he lives in a world full of magic. Basically, almost everyone is able to use magic. Magic is something that is just part of life, except for this guy. Except for the guy that is our main protagonist in this case. He is not good at magic. In fact, he doesn't possess magic as far as I understand, or barely anything, or just nothing at all. I'm not sure. I didn't read the manga. But this guy is so strong, right? He's very muscular and very strong, that even though he lives in a world full of magic, he's basically able to use his muscles to obliterate any magic user that is standing in front of him. It's a very nice take on the magical genre, because whenever we talk about the magical genre, it's always this amazing person that is able to use magic, that no one else is able to use, and it's a special snowflake. And in this case, we have this guy that is not able to use magic and is trying to work around it by becoming the physically strongest guy out of all of them. I like that. I think that's a fun take on the magical genre. Apparently, he also goes to this magical school, and he basically wins some stuff by simply using his muscle. I don't know. Like I said, I did not read the source material, but it seems like a fun take on the whole thing. I did watch the trailer. It seems very fun. The art style is nothing special, but it does the job. It looks perfectly fine. It has this very normal anime style, which I like, and I'm assuming most of us do. So yeah, MASHLE. It is not, how should I put it? It's not the number one on my list, and I'm not sure if I'm going to watch every single episode the moment it releases. I'm not sure about that, but it's definitely one that I'm putting on my backlog, and it's definitely something that I want to watch, because it does interest me. And then we have one that, yeah, I'm definitely going to watch this. There's no way that I'm not going to watch this. And frankly, I think that's for a lot of people who are fan of this show, because it's Konosubarashi Sekai ni Bakue no, which is a Konosuba spin-off, and this time it is fully centered around Megumin. Now, we all know, even if she's not your favorite, I think we all know that Megumin in this case is the most popular character of Konosuba. People seem to love this girl, and she is the most popular girl from all of Konosuba. So centering a whole anime around her, that's a good idea. Like it or not, even if she's not your favorite, that's a good and smart idea. I think this is going to be one that is... this is going to be so popular, especially for the folks that love Konosuba, like who have watched the movie and the first and second season. If you like this, I cannot imagine them screwing this up. So it's probably going to be an amazing spin-off of the Konosuba series. It is one that I'm looking forward to a lot. It's in TV format, so it's not an OVA or whatnot. No, it's an actual TV series. So I'm looking forward to this one. It's based on a light novel, and it's a spin-off light novel of Konosuba. So it's also a spin-off anime of Konosuba. And yeah, Megumin is a great character. She is, of course, accompanied by Yun, who is also quite a fan favorite nowadays. So yeah, I think this is going to be a hit. I really do. So I'm going to watch it for sure. And I really hope that unless you have not watched Konosuba, unless you haven't, watch this one, please. Because you're going to like this one. If you like Konosuba, you're going to like this spin-off, for real. Because it has Megumin. Who doesn't like that? Now then we have Dr. Stone. Now, of course, we all know, if you are, of course, following the anime trends, that this is not the first season of Dr. Stone. It's the third season. The first and second season were amazing. I am completely caught up with the manga. I finished it. I loved it. And having a third season, which I believe covers a big chunk of the final part of the manga. I don't think they're going to cover all of it. I sincerely doubt it. But they are going to cover a big chunk of the final part of the manga. How cool is that? How amazing is that? That it is so popular and so well loved by so many people that they're willing to create multiple seasons of this anime. Because the manga is great. The art style is great. It's gorgeous. But the fact that now they're releasing new anime for this awesome show, how freaking cool is that? I love it. Dr. Stone, in my opinion, this might sound a little weird, but I would advise you, if you have not yet read the manga and have not yet watched the anime, the first 2 seasons, watch the anime. The manga is just as good, maybe even a little better. As the art style is gorgeous, it really is. But the music and the art style of the anime is so good, the animation is so awesome, that I would just go for the anime in this case. And taking into consideration that they are basically covering almost all of the manga by adding a third season, unless you are a, manga above anime person, just watch the anime. It is so good. It is so freaking good. So yeah, for real, Dr. Stone, third season, looking forward to it a lot. I am not going to watch it immediately as it airs. I'll just wait until all of it is finished and then start watching it. But it is definitely something that I am looking forward to a lot. And in this case, I'm going to binge it. Like, I'm just going to wait until it's aired, binge the living hell out of it, and just be glad that I did. By the way, for the people that really don't know what Dr. Stone is, fair enough. Dr. Stone is basically about a world that is turned into stone. It's Earth in this case, so it's just based on normal Earth, and it's everyone and everything. Every living creature, I should say, is turned into stone. So also humans in this case. Eventually, a person called Senku, who is incredibly good at science and is incredibly smart, wakes up from this. He is also turned into stone, of course, but eventually, his stone casket is gone or something. I won't spoil how that happens, but it's very basic. And he wakes up, and his new goal is to basically free everyone from their stone prisons, create the world as it used to be, because as you can imagine, if so many years have passed, everything is gone, right? All that made the world a favorable place for humans is gone. And his goal is now to create this new world that is based on the old world. A very fun take on the apocalypse genre, I should say. Very cool. Dr. Stone. Now then we have Tengoku Daimakyo. And it's basically, I watched the trailer and it looked really cool. It's about a world that looks like ours. It's set in Tokyo in this case. And people live in these small areas that are safe. But everything around it is unsafe, and it's inhabited by, it seems like, monsters or whatnot. It's very vague because I didn't read the manga, so I have no idea. The only thing I have to go by is the trailer in this case, and It looks like monsters and whatnot. Also, the art and stuff suggests that it's monsters, and it's dangerous. And we follow at least two people, a boy and a girl, who are going to go outside of this safe area and are going to explore at least Tokyo, maybe even the world. I have no idea. But it seems like a cool concept. It is horror, as far as I know. I don't think it's the... it's not... Horror is not the like what it's going for, but I'm sure since it has monsters, it might be a little scary. But the main tag is not horror or something. It's sci-fi, mystery, and adventure. If it was purely horror, I don't think I would watch it because it's not something that I enjoy. But it's something that if you like the mystery genre with a touch of horror and scary stuff here and there, I think this might be something that might be really cool. Actually, what I did not expect is that there's a lot of hype surrounding this. I looked this up, and a lot of anime fans are looking forward to this a lot. Now, I have never heard of the manga before. I have never read it. I have never heard of this story before. But it seems like it's pretty damn popular, which is great. Like, I'm not hating on it. It's awesome that it's popular, but I have never heard of it before. So I'm going in completely blind, but it is something that seems pretty cool. And I want to end my list with Mahou Shoujo Magical Destroyers. Now, this is not something that I think is going to be a hit. This is not something that I think a lot of you are going to like. This is the only one that I kept for last because I sincerely doubt a lot of people are going to like this. But basically, it is set in Japan, in a dystopian future where otaku culture in Japan has been obliterated by a mysterious organization known as SSC. Now, basically, we follow this hero, a guy, and he wants to bring back the otaku culture with a couple of magical girls that are going to help him out. Look, this is something that I like. I like otaku culture. I like the stupidity that surrounds it. This is not an anime that is going to take itself all too seriously. It's not an anime that I'm going to take all too seriously, but it is something that I like to watch. It's kind of like those guilty pleasure anime, and this is definitely something that is most likely going to be something that I enjoy, although it is not going to be a highly rated show. If you do like the wacky, like if you like wacky adventures regarding otaku culture, they're going to like this most likely. But for everyone else, stick to something like Hell's Paradise or Dr. Stone or, that kind of stuff. You're most likely going to enjoy that a lot more than this magical girl show that is probably way too niche for too many people. But it is something that I like. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I hope that you like this podcast. It is the first episode, so it's also kind of, for me searching what will work, what won't work, how I have no idea if the next episode will look like this one. Who knows? But what I do know is that this is something that I enjoy doing. So no matter what, episode 2 will launch soon. Make sure to subscribe if you have not done so yet. Click on the like button, and of course share this podcast with your friends because, it helps me out tremendously. And you're helping out other people finding, maybe new anime to watch or new manga to read. Anyway, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys later. Goodbye.